Good evening. Welcome to the Zachary Treichler Show. Tonight, we have a special guest, Zachary Treichler. What are your thoughts on the current state of the economy and the almost 8 years of consecutive economic growth? I think that the economic growth we've been having is because of the tax decreases of over 40%. Another thing that has led to the growth in the economy is the higher production and demand of consumer goods being produced in factories like my own. I also think that the change in economic doctrine by the Republican presidents has led to the multiple years of consecutive economic growth. What are your thoughts on the laissez-faire administrations of Warren B. Harding and Calvin Coolidge? I believe that because of the administrations of Harding and Coolidge, that the economy has gone through unprecedented amounts of economic growth. Because of the lower taxes, business owners like myself and others have been able to pay workers higher wages, leading to higher standards of living for all Americans. What are your thoughts on the implementation of assembly line production in factories? Well, that's an interesting question. I think that the implementation of Frederick Taylor's ideas have led to many advancements in industry, one of which is higher production. As seen in the Ford Motor Company's usage of assembly line production, the production of cars has been decreased from 12 hours to just over 2.5. What are your thoughts on the new optimism in the stock market? Do you think the stock market will ever stop going up? Well, at the beginning of the decade, the economic growth was unnoticed by most. Now, after almost half a decade of constant increases, people who didn't have money to buy stocks are now buying on margin. On the topic of whether or not the growth will continue, I think it won't stop, as there have been no signs of the growth going away. Can you explain to us the concept of buying on margin? Yes. So how it works is a person goes to a stockbroker and takes out a loan. The stockbroker then calls someone at the stock exchange and asks them to buy as much stock as they can with the person's money. The person then waits for their stocks to increase in value and then pays back the broker with interest. Can you explain to our viewers the process of buying products with loaned money? Well, one of the things that have led to the consumer mentality is the use of loans to buy products. If the person does not have the money to buy something, they simply just take out a loan and buy it on credit. They then make monthly payments and pay back the retailer with interest. What is your life like now that you have products such as dishwashers, toasters, refrigerators, and automobiles? What are your thoughts about prohibition? The new technology has changed my family's lives in ways that have been unimaginable until now. Now that my family has a car, we can see movies almost once a week. We also like to listen to the radio every night. My favorite stations are KDKA and KYW. When it comes to prohibition, I do not like the idea. All it's done is just make it illegal for people to buy stuff that has been part of their culture for hundreds of years.